Well, today with us from coming from Southern California, we got Elle Indigo, who's a singer, songwriter, author. Writes poetry and soon-to-be podcaster, from what I understand. So I guess my first question there for you, Elle, is you're listening to her music there in the background, but it sounds like you're a little bit of an overachiever there. What do you do with all your free time?
What's free time?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I love creating, so I do need to carve out some time for like hobbies that aren't career oriented one of these days. Usually just crafts or whatever when I have time for that, though, crafts, reading, that sort of thing.
Nice. So tell us a little bit about
Halloween right now.
yeah. Tell us a little bit about your the kind of music you sing and the genre, and what you try to come across with the lyrics and stuff in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm primarily like pop, indie, R&B. Still kind of like finding my exact, lane and sound and all that. As of this recording, I have three originals out, so still pretty fresh on that front. And a lot of my lyrics are based around like mental health, heartbreak, love, grief, just kind of journey of life. And my goal with my lyrics is just to
Heavy
help other
stuff.
people, just to help other people feel seen wherever they are in their journey.
Nice. All right. I see you've got you're getting ready to start a podcast as well called Your Daily Dose of Awe.
Yeah, it's a little back burnered right now because the music's the focus at the moment, but it's something I want to get to.
Cool.
What's your podcast going to be? I mean, are you going to be interviewing people, or is it mostly just you talking about certain subjects, or what's going to be involved with that?
Yeah, I would love to interview people, but I think like starting out, it would definitely just be me, just to kind of get some traction, get used to speaking to the camera more. Just that one-on-one, well, camera and zero on one really. And yeah, it's just all about healing and growth, and hopefully trying to find joy out in the world.
Nice.
Cool. Well, we were just listening at the start to your tune. Sometimes I hurt myself. Can you describe basically your style and how you come about writing the tunes that you do?
Yeah, so I co-compose with my partner. He helps me with the music part. Sometimes he'll start the music out and then I'll have an idea. Sometimes I'll kind of have a melody already thought up. So I usually write lyrics first because I'm very used to writing poetry.
Right.
But it has been like a transition. It's definitely not the same thing. I tend to overwrite, um, which is funny because my poems are very short. But you know, I don't write with a lot of meter in my poems, and you know, I find that when I get to the music part, there might be a line that's like, well, this line is not working with the timing of the song, so now we have to edit. Yeah, so it's definitely a different process. Although there's of course overlap between the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the current process. I'm trying to work a little bit more on the music, at least to be able to do more myself in the future, so that I have more optionality.
Cool. Now, with your music, it looks like it's just you and one other person, like a duel. Do you have any ideas, like in the future, of adding like a full band, or what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, right now it's just a little easier with two people to
Yeah.
coordinate everything, but um, and in terms of like in-person gigs, I find that a lot of places, it's a little bit easier when there's not as many people. But there have definitely been some venues where they want that full band experience. Until we figure that out, we're not really able to go to those places. So yeah, it's something that I'd like to do at some point.
Nice.
It hasn't been a big push just yet because I'm still kind of trying to establish myself.
Yeah.
Okay, well, on our episodes, we're going to include all your links to
Okay.
your website and your MP3s and things like that. But uh, and we're actually heard in a bunch of different countries now in different cities.
Okay.
What do you want to tell listeners to our show about basically where you're at now and where you plan to go with your music?
Hmm. Yeah, I'm still kind of defining the big goal, but I've got some ideas. So right now, I'm mostly performing locally. Would love to get out at least a little bit further towards, more towards LA. Um, just requires some travel and planning and figuring all that out. Um, I just did a small show where I got to do more. Or now I have enough originals that I can do a short show of originals because it was, mostly covers. Um, yeah, so just expanding that, hoping to have a first. It's like a 9 song album, so it's not super long, but more than an EP. August-ish this year. We'll see
Yeah. All
exactly
right.
what
Nice.
time
Look forward
shows.
to it.
Yeah, no, thank you. The songs are all written, just not produced and all that. Um, so still a bit of work to do, and at the same time, there's been a lot of work done. Yeah, I would love to be on more stages, love to be performing more, and just I don't. There are things with being really big that like how much of that do I want? How much of that do I not want? So I gotta kind of redefine that goal a little bit in my brain so that I can have a better roadmap.